Welcome back to the Bioshock The Complete Story. Now, before I start, I wanted to thank you guys for all the support on the first part of this series. It means a whole lot. With that being said, if you have not watched part 1, here's the link to it. You might want to check it out first, because I'll be picking up right where I left off. So I hope you guys are all caught up, because here comes the next part. Once Ryan noticed Sofia Lamb's significant political influence, he agreed to a series of publicized debates with her, hoping to ruin her popularity by exposing the weaknesses in her philosophy and beliefs. And well, that was a mistake on his part, because it only led to an increase in those supporting her. Fearing her influence, Ryan hired Augustus Sinclair's company, Sinclair Solutions, to observe Lamb and her followers, hoping to find a reason to take her into custody. Stanley Poole of the Rapture Tribune, which was the Rapture newspaper, also worked for Sinclair and became an undercover spy within the Rapture family, which was the name of Lamb's cult. Eventually, she was arrested by Ryan and locked away in Persephone, a prison complex owned by Sinclair. In the meantime, Fontaine Futuristics was able to produce Adam on a massive scale, thanks to Tenembaum's breakthroughs. So, Fontaine's company began the marketing of gene tonics and plasmids, which immediately went mainstream within Rapture. Now, these tonics and plasmids were developed by Dr. Yi Sushang and were gifting individuals with superhuman abilities, such as creating fire at their fingertips, electricity, ice, or increasing muscle tissue and movement speed. You get the picture. Sorry, I got distracted by all this text. Initially, Andrew Ryan admired Frank Fontaine and the success of his business, citing him as a prime example of the type of individual who deserved to be in Rapture. As years passed, however, Ryan began suspecting Fontaine of various crimes, ranging from smuggling to murder. But he couldn't prove anything, and was worried Fontaine's monopoly of Adam would threaten the current social structure and order within the city. Eventually, a full-scale genetic arms race broke out between the two of them, and as Ryan attempted to arrest Fontaine, he decided he himself wanted to go down guns blazing and faked his own death during their shootout in late 1958. As a result, Ryan assumed control of Fontaine Futuristics and began to produce plasmids and tonics within his own company, Ryan Industries. Ryan then began instituting harsher punishments against those standing against him, finding reasons to arrest problem citizens, including many of Dr. Lamb's followers. As you can imagine, Rapture was filled with civil unrest in the following months, especially when Fontaine reappeared, out of nowhere, as Atlas, and rallied people within the poorhouses in subtle guerrilla warfare against Ryan's security forces. To combat this threat, Ryan adjusted the Little Sister program and sent the girls out into the streets of Rapture to gather Adam from any corpses they stumbled across. But Ryan didn't stop there. He also commissioned Dr. Sushang to develop protectors for the girls, taking many of Lamb's imprisoned followers from Persephone and modifying them into prototype Big Daddies.
Look, Daddy, it's you.
Even worse, in order to keep up with the girl need of Adam, Ryan's men began kidnapping young girls to turn them into little sisters.
Let's go out to play, Daddy.
After Sushang's unfortunate death at the hands of a prototype Big Daddy, the Protector Project was placed under the control of Dr. Gilbert Alexander. He was another brilliant scientist from Fontaine Futuristics. Alexander completed Sushang's work by successfully bonding the abducted and transformed Eleanor Lamb, daughter of Sofia Lamb, to subject Delta. and together they became the first Adam-gathering couple working in Rapture. All these riots and minor skirmishes finally reached a climax on the New Year's Eve of 1958, when Atlas's supporters attacked various key locations in the city, including the upper-class Kashmir restaurant.
You want some, big guy?
And this event was the first large-scale battle of Rapture's Civil War. Just prior to New Year's riots, Sofia Lamb had escaped from Persephone and was searching for her daughter. On New Year's Eve, she and a few faithful splicers finally captured Eleanor from her protector. Delta was incapacitated by the newly developed hypnotized plasmid, with which Sofia Lamb forced him to kill himself in front of a rather shocked Eleanor, as you can imagine.
This is not your daughter. Do you understand? Her name is Eleanor. And she is mine. Now, kneel, please. Remove your helmet. Now, take the pistol. Place it against your head. Fire.
Lamb then retreated back to Persephone with her daughter, avoiding the conflict of the war. Throughout the Civil War, the citizens and splicers who were skilled enough to take down a Big Daddy learned how to retrieve more Adam from the little sisters by harvesting the slugs enclosed within them, but resulting in the girls' deaths. In response to this new threat, Tenembaum, who'd just been confronted by a little sister in the farmer's market, developed a plasmid of her own that would kill the slug inside them, restoring their humanity. She then set out to rescue as many girls as she could, and hid in an underground safe room in the sewers of Olympus Heights, keeping herself and the girls safe from harm. Alright guys, this was the second part of the Rapture storyline, which I hope you've enjoyed. If you have any questions regarding anything I said so far, please don't hesitate to leave a comment down below. I'd be more than happy to answer you. The third and last part of this prologue should be coming out very soon. In the meantime, don't forget to go check out the other complete stories. Also, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't be shy, leave a like on your way out. That'll make us really happy. Cheers for watching, guys.